Wondering why half is closed when missing my body's where they're at. Now I'm gone, but you're still laying
This is going to be the opening.
next to me. 1 degree of separation. Ah.
I'm going to use this.
You better not.
It's going to go somewhere. Hey, guys, we're back.
No, hold on.
No, come on.
Let me get my giggles out. Then we'll start it for y'all.
Hey, guys, we're back with milk from the store. Don't worry. We weren't going to leave you guys hanging and not return like some people do.
Damn, that was a dark joke. We're back with milk from the store. Woo!
So we're doing something a little bit different today, as we talked about on the last episode. No, we're not talking about happiness, not yet, but we will. We're going to do Am I Overreacting, which we've never done before. So what do you have today for us?
Well, something that might make people's blood boil because it's about family.
Oh, man, I don't know if we want to talk about this.
And that can be a hot topic sometimes.
Woo!
Right. Woohoo! Let's go. All right. Am I overreacting? Sister's friends stole $800 from our house. This is long, but bear with me. It's a doozy. Last Christmas, during a party one of my sisters had at our house. Wait a second, I read that weird. This is long, but bear with me. It's a doozy. Last Christmas, during a party one of my sisters had at our house while we were all home from college, someone stole $800 from us. It was Christmas money from our grandparents, $500 taken from me, and $300 from my sister out of the Christmas cards that the money came in. I know who did it, but I don't have any proof. I noticed the money missing 2 days after the party and freaked out. Upon searching, we found the empty Christmas cards and the trash bag left in our garage. Party was Monday night, and the trash bag had been brought down to the garage by my other sister Sunday night because she was too lazy to put it in the actual trash outside. Thank God. So, timeline. Trash was put in garage Sunday. Party was Monday night. I find empty cards in the trash Wednesday. Unless it was my sister who brought her trash down, which she is way too intelligent to do that and also didn't need the money, someone took the money and put the empty cards in the trash sometime between Sunday night and Wednesday. The party on Monday was the only time people were over during that span. My card with the money was upstairs in my closed room on a bookshelf. I was watching TV with my mom in her room when it must have happened. My sister's card was left downstairs, like the dumbass that she is. That sister's talking right there. Not the sister who put the trash in the garbage, the one who threw the party. So naturally, I did some sleuthing. I essentially interrogated my sister and her friends who were at the party and got a list of people who were seen going upstairs and thus could have gone into my room and stolen the money. Then I get an interesting tidbit of info. At some point, 2 of my sister's not close guy friends were spotted together in the bathroom right next to the garage. I found out that these 2 boys, around 18 or 19, were not close and didn't interact much individually, mostly in groups. Let's call these 2 Dylan and Charlie because, well, that's their names. But here's... Ooh, she's mad. But here's the kicker that sealed the final nail in the coffin for me. The day before, and I'm not exaggerating, literally 1 day before the party occurred, Charlie lost a sports bet for $800 and had to pay up. $800. The exact amount of money that was taken from our house. It has to be them. There's too much for all of this to just be a coincidence. They took the cards, opened them together in the bathroom, stole the money, and walked right into the garage and happened to find a full trash bag where they dumped the empty cards and envelopes. But I have no proof, and everyone in my family, including my parents, told me to drop it. I don't work that way. They should know this. So what do I do a couple weeks later when Dylan, the weaker of the 2, is drunk at my house after I had a couple glasses of wine? I confronted him about it in front of a couple of my other sister's friends. The look on his face was all that I needed. He had guilty written all over it, deer in headlights. I don't think he actually expected me to confront him, and I was very direct about it. He denied it, of course, but he couldn't hide the look on his face or the fear in his eyes. But again, I have no proof. And after a couple of months of badgering, having to put up a motion sensor camera in my room because I didn't feel safe, saying that I didn't want either of them in the house ever again, my parents sort of snapped and forcefully told me to drop it. This was different than our other interactions about this issue. They knew something. It felt like they knew who did it. So either they stole the money from their own kids, which they had no reason to do, and they ended up reimbursing us for whatever was stolen, or they're covering for someone because they know I'll go scorched earth on them. I tried to get them to fess up multiple times, but they got severely angry and distant, and I gave up. My pleas to block Charlie and Dylan from the house were also ignored, even though I felt unsafe with them coming over. It's been a couple of months, but I can't stop thinking about it. I want to confront my parents again, but I don't know how or what to say to make them finally tell me what they know. I'm 99.999% sure it was Charlie and Dylan. Too much to just be coincidence, with most of my and my sister's friends having agreed with me. Am I overreacting in how I initially responded to $800 being stolen from our house by people my parents were kind enough to let in and feed and stay the night, in confronting one of the two of them, trying to talk to my parents about it months later? I'm just so sick of being the only one who was upset about the entire situation. My parents and sisters acted like nothing happened. $800 is a lot of money. How can I be the only one concerned about this? Am I overreacting? Do I need to just get over it like my family said?
I was not expecting all that. That's that was a lot.
I picked this and like very briefly read over it and did not really tell him what it was about. I just told him that some money was stolen from somebody.
There's a lot to unpack there. I do think that it was a Dylan and what? Charlie. I feel like they're like the likely culprits here. I don't like. It wouldn't make any sense for her parents to take the money. But the fact that her parents are being really defensive throws up red flags.
Why are they being defensive?
Why are they being? Do they know?
Like, distant family friend.
Do they know that they took the money?
Or was it them? Is the call coming from inside the house?
And why
was it the parents?
Why was it $800? Why was there more, or was it just? Why was there only $800?
So okay, let's just fast forward to boundaries. So what do you think that this person should do? Like, should they move?
Oh, I mean, if their family, if their parents and their sister is against them not having these people, against her not having Dylan and Charlie over, and she doesn't feel safe. I think that's the biggest thing there. She doesn't feel safe anymore. I mean, she had her privacy, her boundaries, everything was violated. I mean, they walked into her room, pretty much went through her stuff, found this money, and took it.
Yeah, I've never, excuse me. I know. I've never been stolen from like that before, so I don't, man, I know my personality. I think I would really go scorched earth.
Oh,
that's a tough one.
It's tough, and it's tough to let go.
I'm not finding the right word that I want. It's a really gross feeling.
Yeah, you're being violated.
Violated, yeah. How violating. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah. Yeah, that's and it's $800. Like, yeah, it's a lot of money, and just because it may not be a lot of money to her sister and her parents doesn't mean it's not.
No, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. That
I'm saying that because they're telling her to drop it instead of trying to dig deeper and figure out who took the money.
No, I'm just agreeing with you. Like, $800 could be the difference between somebody being homeless or not next month. Mm-hmm. You know, $800 is a lot of money, especially currently today with how much things cost. Mm-hmm. Yeah, $800 could put food on the table for somebody that has other bills to pay. Or
I wonder how that conversation went when she confronted Charlie, or was it Dylan, whatever one it was, when he was over. I wonder how that went, because I feel like, oh, excuse me.
Oh, just make fun of each other.
Because I feel like I wonder how that went when she called him out, because she was drinking, he was drinking.
I was gonna say alcohol was involved, so that's kind of always.
I'm all good. Allergies. Listen, I'm allowed to sneeze. Dang it, jeez. I don't need you over there making faces. We were talking about something very important. And by the way, I don't think she's overreacting. But now I want to know which one of these motherfuckers took the $800. There's no update. How long ago was this post? Because I'm curious.
This was 3 hours ago.
What?
Yeah, this was 3 hours ago.
This was today? I mean, I know it didn't happen today, but this was posted today?
It says 3 hours
Dang,
ago.
I thought this was something that would happen like a year or two ago.
Oh, well, yeah, it said last Christmas.
Last Christmas. When he said last Christmas the first time, that popped in my head. Last Christmas,
That's
I
nice.
gave you my heart, but the very next thing, you gave it away.
Your sister who had the party owes you $500. Her guests were her responsibility. So,
Yeah.
like, 500 was from this original poster's card and 300 was from the other card. So, technically, $500 was stolen from her, but $800 overall, and it's still a gross feeling, and it's still violating, and I get that. Make it a point to embarrass Charlie and Dylan anytime they come to your home. Make them so uncomfortable that they leave and never come back. I mean,
That's a lot of energy.
if you wanted to do the malicious compliance route, you could just be so nice to them every time they come over, really freak them out. I don't know.
I feel like that's...
I'm not saying that's the right or mature thing to do, but that's an option.
I just feel like she should have planned it out more. Like, if she was so certain that it was them, I feel like she should have, like, set them up. I would have put more money out. Like, she got the cameras. Like, throw some more money out to see what they do. See if they take it.
If you really wanted to be crazy, she could just, like, pretend to date one of them and really ruin their lives from the inside out.
Is she of age to... How old is she? Because they're 18 and 19.
I don't know. I don't know if she said her age in this. I'm strictly looking at this from adult point of view. Listen, if she's over 18 and they're over 18, it's all fair game. If she's a teenager, I don't know what she could do. But if you're a grown-ass woman, you could really ruin someone's life if you wanted to. That's all I'm saying.
Is that the crazy?
Yeah. If someone stole $800 from my house and no one else did anything about it, I was single, not married, I don't know.
Y'all would see a different side of her.
I don't know. Scorched earth is scorched earth, baby.
You burning everything down,
I mean, yeah, if someone steals from your home, I don't necessarily know if I would do that, but it is funny to joke about. And if there is somebody out there with the mental fortitude to put up with something like that.
Was that the top comment that you read? The sister owes you 500, or was
the sister owes you 500 was on the top.
What did some other people say?
You're not overreacting at all. $800 is a huge deal, and it's totally normal to be upset about it. It sounds like you've put a lot of thought into what happened, and it makes sense that you want answers. Maybe talk to your parents again and share how their indifference makes you feel. You deserve to have concerns heard, especially about something so serious. Keep pushing for clarity. You have got every right to be angry about this.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's concerning that the 800 was taken, but we enjoy pretty good relationships with our parents, and that would be really hurtful. I can't see any one of our parents being like, "Oh,
drop it.
That sucks.
Just
Drop
let it go. It's only $800."
I feel like any of our parents would like ride for us.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that is, to me, reading this, the most hurtful thing, that the parents are like, just drop it, because I have the privilege and joy of having parents
I kind of feel like our parents are like covering
a little bit. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They may not necessarily been the ones to take the money, but I guarantee you they know. It just seems really odd that they're just so dismissive of it. I feel like they know something.
Maybe the parents are blackmailed or something. Maybe the parents got blackmailed. Maybe it's deeper than she knows.
Who knows?
Or maybe the parents took it to pay a bill. Who knows? Times were tough.
I mean,
all right, here's a question. If you were a parent and you had children under your roof, let's say that they were minor children, is it okay to take their money to pay the bills?
Absolutely
if you're
not.
In a really hard spot.
Absolutely not. That's their money. If I was at the point where I needed to borrow money from my kid that I gave them, I would ask them first if it's okay, and I would pay them back as well too, because that's their money that they earned. I'm assuming got it from chores and blah 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 blah, so they earned that money.
In this, and we don't have kids, so I'm just playing the devil's advocate here, but in this situation, they didn't earn that money. It was just Christmas card money.
It's still theirs.
It's just asking
Yeah, it's
how
still
you
theirs.
felt about
It's
it.
still
Oops.
theirs. I don't know. If they wanted to help out, that would be really awesome. I would ask them for the money. Obviously, I would tell them I would pay them back, but it wouldn't be expected of them because I don't want them to feel like it's their responsibility to take care of something like that, especially if they're younger. I don't want to put that. I wouldn't want to put that responsibility on them because that can be long lasting.
Yeah, I was just curious because if the parents did take the money, like the only thing that I could
They
even
felt
think
entitled to.
that they felt entitled.
But then
to
if they
it.
felt entitled to, they would just own up to it and be like, "Yeah, we took it. We're
Would
allowed
they
to."
though? Some people don't like confrontation.
Or they could just get really defensive and tell her to kick rocks and count sand, right?
Yeah, and a year
just
later,
forget
two
about it.
strangers could be talking about it on their podcast. So who
Yeah,
knows?
here we go. A year and 3 hours later. Boom. Any other interesting comments?
I would put a key deadbolt on my room so there's no next time and no one has a key but me since thieves are still allowed in the house. My boomer dad would love that. No closed doors in my house. Well, let's see how you feel about a deadbolted door then.
Yeah.
There would have been fingerprints on the cards. Should have gone to the police with that as evidence. Police would have questioned them and it would have come out.
Well, that's a fair point.
Yeah, that is a fair point. Why can't you go to the police or confront the thieves' parents?
Another fair point. Didn't they owe someone money in a bet? So couldn't they have reached out to the person or try to find out who they owed money to?
Yeah, they lost $800 in a bet, it said.
Yeah, so they could have found out. What she should have done is she should have, when he was over there getting drunk, she should have asked him about that and who they owed money to, because he probably would have been more open to talking about it because he had been drinking, and then that would have been the information that she needed to reach out to this person and be like, "Hey, did Dylan and Charlie pay you $800? Like, I don't know the time frame, but let's just say a week ago."
When he was drinking, she should have sweetened him up and then asked him.
Yeah,
like a sneak attack.
Yeah, or or just ask him when he's drunk.
Sneak attack.
Smack him in the butt and just ask him.
No, not smacking in the butt. You gotta.
Hey, boy.
No, I don't want to tell my secrets.
What's
but
your,
yeah, you can.
Oh,
sneak
no, I
attack
want to know
him.
what's your secret.
Just I don't know. Just be like, hey boy, what's up?
Hey, daddy,
Hey,
how
daddy,
you doing?
How you doing?
Will you get me another drink?
You want some more tequila?
Oh.
Ooh.
So about the
Hey.
money that you owed.
Not even that. Like, do you want to be my savior? Tell me what happened. Who was it? I don't know.
Well, it could work. He's 18, 19, young, dumb.
And full of bad ideas.
Oh! Girl, it is not that type of podcast, but it could be.
I'm just saying there are angles to these things. She could figure it out one way or another. But there is definitely boundaries, and they were crossed, and that really sucks about the parents.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Normally we pick these "Am I overreacting" or "Am I the assholes?" where we can at least come to some resolution. And I think for this one,
there's no resolution.
we're just
here.
like, wow, that sucks.
You know what?
Let us know what
need to
happens.
Track that and wait for. I'm waiting for the update
We'll
because
be looking
I
for
feel
the
like she's
update.
going to get to the bottom
Yeah, this was
yeah.
only 3 hours ago from the time that we're filming
she'll
this
figure it out.
podcast.
She'll find out. And
Maybe
if
we'll have an update.
we'll keep an eye on it and see if she sends any updates. Hopefully in a reasonable time. But let us know what you guys think. Obviously, I think the clear answer here is that she's not overreacting. But how would you handle that situation?
And if something similar has happened, what happened?
What did you do?
And how did you handle it?
Yeah, I'd be curious to know.
Do you still talk to that person?
Have you had money stolen from you before like that?
Not by somebody I knew. We live by a public building in our town, and somebody there was a string of things being stolen from cars in our area.
Yeah.
And they stole my book bag that was in the car. I was young and dumb at the time. I was like 18 years old, and I had the keys to open a summer camp that I worked at. And long story short, they stole my bag with everything and the keys. So there was like buses upon buses piled up at the summer camp because I wasn't there to open it.
Oh my goodness.
And this is when I was not as reliable as a person as I am now.
When you were young and dumb.
When I was young and dumb and full of bad ideas. And they all thought that I just, had been drinking and slept in or whatever. And it was kind of like, no, here's the police report. This happened. So, yeah, they stole from me.
Gotcha.
And I think I got like $50 restitution 2 years later from it. When I got it in the mail, it was definitely laughable because it was like, oh, yeah, that happened.
Hey, it's $50.
They really weren't on top of it.
Oh, well.
Yeah, they really weren't on top of it.
Yeah, I don't think...
And the thieves deemed that like none of my shit was really worth it because my mom was on a walk at the public building that I had mentioned, and she found literally everything but like just a little bit of cash. Like they didn't even take my credit cards. They were just like, like it looks like it had been thrown, like strewn from a car.
Well, yeah. I mean, they take the credit cards.
I think a stranger brought my ID back because the address was on it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had anything stolen from me in that capacity. So, but yeah. So let us know what you guys think. Let us know if you've had something like that happen to you. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next episode. And with that being said,
let's Mosley.
Come.
It's not that type of